Welcome to Satan is My Superhero.
In this episode, we join John of Patmos in chapter 6 of
The Book of Revelation,
where he's ranting insanely about a dream he had one time.
It felt so real.
So far, John has dreamt of Yahweh sitting on a throne surrounded by elders, strange beasts, and terrifying angels.
Biblically accurate, terrifying angels.
Well, it is the Bible, so...
Oh, Lexi, just because it's in the Bible doesn't mean it's biblically accurate.
When can you be sure something is biblically accurate?
If it actively persecutes a minority.
Well, anyway, where we kick off chapter 6... John of Patmos is standing on a sea of glass and observing Yahweh being worshipped by this bizarre array of weird elders, strange monsters, and biblically accurate, terrifying angels.
Sounds like one of Diddy's freak-offs. Not that I would know.
Also appearing here is Jesus in the form of a dead lamb with 7 eyes and 7 horns.
That's right, Trinitarians. Jesus and Yahweh in the same room at the same time. Together.
It's a trick Clark Kent and Superman never pulled off.
Verse 1.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of 4 beasts saying,
Come and see.
Stranger danger, John. Didn't your mum teach you anything? Don't come and see. Don't come and see.
I think John will come and see. Let's find out. Verse 2.
And I saw,
Called it.
and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
That's right, people. We have finally reached the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
I have a lump in my throat.
You will be very, very surprised to learn that no one agrees on who or what the horsemen represent.
Many disagree.
So in this episode right now, we're just going to apply the most widely recognized interpretations of the horsemen.
Boring.
But in the next episode, we're going on a tangent.
We're going on a tangent. Yeah, baby, it's a tangent.
The whole episode's one big tangent. We're going to let the internet's freak flag fly and all the crazies will come out to play.
Tangent.
Each horseman represents a different period in the career of Bob Ross.
All hail the ASMR Antichrist.
Probably the most commonly known representation of the rider of the white horse is as pestilence or plague.
Gross. Why do I have to ride the plague horse? There's plague on my balls now, isn't there?
However, John of Patmos does not associate this horseman with pestilence, with plague, or any infectious disease.
Sick people make me vomit in my own mouth.
It makes me vomit in my mouth just a little bit.
Swallowed it.
Just a little bit.
This pestilence is a very modern interpretation. It only shows up in the record for the first time in the 20th century.
Don't you think it's a bit on the nose that the rider of the white horse represents colonization? My God, you're right. It is a racist stereotype. When will the rest of the world forget about all the conquest and forgive us like we forgave ourselves? It's 1905, for crying out loud. We're about to have the most innovative and exciting century in history. As if some white people would screw up that with wars of conquest. Oh, that's so Napoleonic. So, should we come up with a new theory? I've got a great replacement. Yes, I've also got an idea. On the count of 3, we'll both say a great replacement theory for who rides the white horse. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Pestilence. Pestilence. That's what I said. Pestilence. It sounded like you said... Pestilence? That's what I said. Pestilence.
Verses 3 and 4.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say,
Come and see.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
So the most well-known interpretation of the red horse is as war.
What's it good for?
Please don't. The rider of the red horse has been sent to take peace from the earth and has a sword.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Verse 5.
And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say,
Come and see.
And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
The rider of the black horse is usually interpreted as famine, and you'll start to see why in verse 6.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say,
A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
These prices are thought to be much higher than usual, indicating price gouging in a time of starvation.
If John of Patmos wrote this in the 21st century, it wouldn't be wheat and barley, it would be toilet paper and semiconductors.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say,
Who knew not having anything to wipe your ass with would be a sign of the apocalypse?
Now you may have noticed the beast said,
And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Many believe that this implies luxury goods are not affected by the famine. In other words, the wealthy get through hard times just fine.
To me it reads like an instruction to fuck the pores.
Eat the rich. How about this story? In 92 CE, right around the time we think John was sitting in his cave writing Revelation, part of the Roman Empire were facing a famine. To mitigate the mass starvation of poor people, the Emperor Domitian tried to get the wealthy landowners to swap their grapevines and olive trees with food crops.
Guys, if the populace starves, they'll drag us out of our palaces and murder us in the streets.
If they have the energy to do that, they could just get a job and pull themselves up by their own sandal straps, just like my great-great-great-grandfather did. After he got that no-interest loan from his grandfather.
Domitian failed to get the wealthy landowners to do the right thing, which I think we can all agree that was unexpected.
How much of a piece of shit do you need to be to make a Roman emperor look like the good guy?
The modern day equivalent would be buying Twitter. Verses 7 and 8.
And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say,
Come and see.
And I looked, and I behold a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
The pale horse might not be pale.
Good. It would be stupid to have a red, black, white, and nearly white horse.
I don't know if the reality is less stupid. The Greek word used by John of Patmos can mean green.
A green horse? That's ridiculous. They don't even do a green My Little Pony.
Yes, there is. Minty.
The green My Little Pony, whom I've never heard of, is called Minty.
You know Minty the earth pony with 3 swirled mint candies for her cutie mark?
Nope.
She's clumsy and she collects socks. She stands on her head and plays checkers with Sweetberry.
I don't know if it's your place to talk to me about MLP. I'll be bringing this up at the next Bronies meeting.
Oh, marketing are on my back. They need a green pony. We cover every colour of the rainbow. It's kind of our thing, but no green.
Green is really hard to work with. Think of all the green pasture backgrounds.
Just make it happen and come up with a name.
How's greeny sound?
Sounds like you put in no thought whatsoever.
Okay, how about Minty?
Minty sounds like you're so pissed at having to make a green pony. You're purposefully putting in no effort into the name.
Minty it is, then.
Of course, the most common modern interpretation is that the rider of the pale horse is Death. For a start, he is named Death.
That is a big giveaway.
And he seems to be towing hell behind his horse as one might a caravan.
Clear the fucking road, Grandpa!
The Greek word John uses that the King James Version translates as hell is Hades. As dedicated listeners will remember from our Disney Demons episode,
Gratuitous back catalogue plug.
Hades was the ancient Greek god of the underworld. But by the time of John of Patmos, Hades had become the name of the underworld itself.
I know a bloke who had this exact same thing happen.
Really?
Yeah, his real name was ludicrously unfunny, unbelievably ignorant, privileged, hypocritical, dishonest cunt of a tool, but that name somehow became associated with a certain type of white guy on the internet, so he changed his name to Elon.
Hey, not fair! You've done me twice in this episode.
Whether or not John of Patmos would have perceived hell as a place of eternal conscious torture dreamed up by a psychopath, or merely the place where all souls end up, is a debate for another time.
Debate me, bro.
Okay then, what's your opening gambit?
Usually people say no. So,
Verse 9.
And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God, and for the testimony which they held.
Obviously here John is talking about the early Christian martyrs who were murdered for their beliefs.
Crucify the Christian! Crucify the Christian!
We've always been this annoying.
Crucify the Christian! Crucify the...
Verse 10.
And they cried with a loud voice, saying,
How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
That's right, the holy martyred followers of Jesus are asking the Lord of love and forgiveness to carry out violence on their enemies.
We got two options here. Either in the next few verses we're going to see these spite-filled hate bags get their comeuppance from the Christ for demanding bloody vengeance and clearly missing his point, or Christians have been lying about the truth of Christianity.
Well, let's read on and find out which of those was a real option and which one you were being facetious about.
Spoiler alert, it's always the lying Christians, come on.
Verse 11.
And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them, that they should rest for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
What?
So that was actually quite an enlightening and disturbing little verse there. That does not get the attention it deserves.
I deserve this.
At the time of John's visit to heaven, there hadn't yet been enough murdered Christian martyrs to satisfy Yahweh's bloodlust.
Well, it is a death cult after all.
Yes, and this idea that more Christians must die is rampant all through the very modern phenomenon of rapture culture.
We invented this last week, and now it's like my entire personality.
We have seen in recent years evangelical Christians lobby to have the US Embassy in Israel move to Jerusalem specifically and openly with the hope it will cause World War III.
Which is ridiculous. If there's one thing we've learned in the last decade, World War III is going to be caused by the use of pronouns.
Verse 12.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
I had the exact same experience entering a Portaloo at the big day out in 1997.
Do not go in there.
Verse 13.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Lexi, what are untimely figs?
I'm glad you asked. I also found that an odd terminology. Most people agree that the Greek word John uses here usually describes unripe fruit.
Oh, exactly what you would expect, and
boring.
Yes, and I think it's obvious the figs are unripe or untimely because the cataclysm is taking them before their time. They have yet to mature, possibly physically and perhaps spiritually. Do you think apologists were able to stop there?
No, I do not, but I read ahead.
That's right. A number of apologists I read claimed the fruit is described as unripe or untimely because, you know, the way unripe fruit falls off trees much easier than ripe fruit.
No, I didn't know that.
No, neither does nature, science, logic, common sense, or just your own personal observation. But Christian apologists know it. You'd be amazed at the things Christian apologists know that simply require heroic amounts of cognitive dissonance.
I do believe that.
I would argue, as is so often the case, John is probably saying the complete opposite thing. He's highlighting how unusual and powerful this mighty wind will be. It will rip the unripe fruit from the trees.
To be fair, it is hard to come up with new and original stuff when you're a Christian apologist. Obstacle number 1? IQ.
It's true. I am stupid.
Verse 14.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
That must have been very discombobulating for everyone.
And annoying, I expect.
Yahweh, did you forget to put paperweights on the edges of the world again? Chickhead.
Also, I just have to say, the imagery of the heavens rolling up like a scroll is very compelling. Is John of Patmos a good writer?
He stole it. The last 2 verses are lifted almost word for word from Isaiah. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And all their host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. We know John borrows from Isaiah a lot.
Well, they are cosmic twins. 2 psychologically challenged dudes fantasizing about their favourite sky daddy wreaking vengeance on all their foes.
Yes, and in this particular case, the verse about falling figs and rolling up scrolls is about Yahweh's bloody vengeance on the Edomites.
Are Edomites like Sodomites but do stuff with cheese?
No, Edomites are the descendants of Esau who lived in Edom.
So that's a firm no on the cheese fucking.
Back to John of Patmos, verse 15.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains with the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in dens and in rocks of the mountains.
It's a very specific list of what type of person hid themselves.
Hey, where are all the old white men?
They hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
Do you think maybe we should also go hide ourselves away?
Nah, it'll be fine.
And then in verse 16, we hear the elites hoping Jesus won't find them.
And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
I noticed among the hiding places of these elite men, no one mentioned Epstein Island.
No, John of Patmos was protecting Trump even back then.
It's not my fault. I didn't know there would be consequences.
Last verse.
For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Lexi, who will be able to stand against the wrath of the Lamb?
Our patrons!
Go to patreon.com/Satan is my superhero.
Save your eternal soul. Be on the right side when Jesus comes back. And get bonus content.
Who will be on the wrong side when this alleged Christ comes back?
Well, Well, just a very quick skim through the text will tell you straight away that the kings of the earth and the great man and the rich man and the chief captains and the mighty man and every bondman and every free man.
You mean the exact people fascistic, sycophantic, brown-nosing Christians worship the hardest.
Yes, and that's why Satan is my superhero.
Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, all that podcast stuff. But most of all, please give us money.
Go to patreon.com/Satan is my superhero.
If you join our Patreon at the Third Circle of Hell, you'll receive access to exclusive content like this.
Do you think the people can hear you slurping your tea in the background?
I really feel for the director. That's film talk, diary. The director is like the bishop. So, for example, when the awkward stories about you start arising in the community, he's the guy who you see to get you moved on to the next parish.
Can I do Lost Catchphrase?
Yeah, do it, totally.
My heart goes out to you.
I'm gonna nail this one.
Auditions are like tryouts for the boys' choir, except far less sexual.
Maybe being tall isn't all it's cracked up to be.
It's true, it's harder on the heart to be tall and manly.
You wouldn't know.